Okay. I just took the thumbnail and it was a mess. And there's currently a mess all over my bed and my floor. But we aren't going to talk about that. We're going to get into the video. So, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Addie, and in today's video, we are going to be doing something a little bit different. Because I did a couple TBRs and wrap-ups. By the way, guys, in the background, because we're having a sleepover, and she doesn't feel like moving.
I have a heated blanket on.
So instead of doing a monthly TBR and a monthly wrap-up, we're going to be doing a seasonal TBR and a seasonal wrap-up, or wrap up in whatever video that I managed to finish that month. So I guess today's video is my spring and summer TBR. So let's just get right into it, I guess. First, let's start off with all the books that I'm either loaning out from the library or loaning out from friends, which is this stack here. This stack is mostly in the way that I will be reading it, depending on where it goes in videos and stuff like that. Anyways, the first 3 books in this TBR are the last 3 books in the Natural series, which are Killer Instinct, All In, and Bad Blood. So if you have not watched my 24-hour readathon, go ahead and go watch that, because I read the first book in this series, The Naturals, in that series, or in that video, not series, and I just wanted to continue on with this series, and I found all 3 books at my library at the same time, and so I was like, you know what, let's just check all 3 out. And yeah, I'm currently in the middle of Killer Instinct, so I will definitely be finishing this. And these other 2 books are for videos that I have planned, so they need to also be read in this amount of time. And the reason why I have all of these books here are because of videos that I have planned out, and they're not in order that I will be reading them or in order of the videos or anything. So yeah, you'll get to see those videos whenever those videos come out. But yeah, anyways, continuing on with the books in this borrowed / checked out from the library stack. Yeah, stack. We have God of Malice, which is the first book in the Legacy of Gods series, and I put this on my TBR because Larry loves it, first of all, and I've also heard amazing things about Rena Kent, and I'm not too sure, honestly, about Rena Kent, because she just unfollowed Larry because Larry posted one bad review, so I'm not sure how I feel about Rena Kent right now, but that'll be decided after I read this book, and we'll see if I like it. And yeah, it is over 550 pages. It is a long book, but we will be reading it because it is for a video, and it also just looks good and was actually newly purchased by my library, so I may be the first to read this, so I don't know. And then the next book we have is Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. If you know me, you know that I love Elsie Silver books. I absolutely adore them. And speaking of which, I have another Elsie Silver book, so might as well put that with this. It's both Wild Eyes and The Front Runner. Wild Eyes, if you know, I recently read the first book in this series, Wild Love, in January, and that's also, I think that's in a video. I'm not too sure on that. Don't quote me on that. I think I read it possibly outside of a video. I don't know, but I did read it. And then I have The Front Runner by Elsie Silver, which is in the Gold Rush Ranch series. And I tried to read this book before, but I just couldn't get into it at the time. But I'm so excited about Stefan and what's her name? Mira. I'm so excited about their story. I've been so excited about their story since the beginning of this series. And yeah. And you do need to read all Elsie Silver's books in order, because like not the series in order, but definitely read inside the series in order, because otherwise you will get confused. And yes, I did read it out of order with reading Reckless, but I do not have any regrets. I loved Reckless so much. That's the one accidental pregnancy book that I will love to death. But yeah, these are the two Elsie Silver books that are on my TBR. But yeah, I'm so excited to read these. I'm so excited for the next book in the, what's this series called? Rose Hill series to come out. But yeah, sorry, a whole bunch of books just toppled over. So yeah, I had to fix that. But yeah, so, and the next book on this TBR is one that I've read before, and one that I'm giving a second chance because I'm not sure. I did not love this book the first time, but I'm giving it a second chance because I want to make a video about it. Because it is a Twilight knockoff, and it was so much worse than I thought it was, so I'm rereading it for that video, and we'll see if I continue on with the series depending on if you guys like it. But yeah, it's Crave by Tracy Wolff, and honestly I absolutely despised this book and this series, but I'm trying it again for you guys, so you're welcome. But yeah, that's the next book. And then the final book in this stack is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I've had this book borrowed from one of my friends for months now, and I have not finished it. I have read up to page 190 in the middle of a chapter. Why did I stop in the middle of a chapter? I don't know. But yeah, I did read up to page 190, and I do plan on finishing this because I need to get this back to her. Sorry, there was sign language happening behind me with Kaya and Evie in here. But anyways, this is the next book or the last book in the borrowed / checked out TBR. And I'm not saying that these are all the books that I'm going to be reading in spring and summer. These are the books I plan to get to. I'm not checking. Someone take away my library card because it needs to be revoked, because I have to read all of these books. I'm gonna give it to Kaya after this video is done. But anyways, the next books that I'm going to be reading in this TBR are, hold on, let me find the first book in this series. Oh my goodness. The next two books that we will be reading in this TBR are The Inheritance Games and The Hawthorne Legacy. I once again have read these two books, but these are as far as I've gotten in the Inheritance Games series, and I'm so excited to continue because I actually bought these. These I own. Can you believe that? I actually own books for once, and I'm not checking them out. But anyways, these are the next two books on the series because I do plan on reading these for different reading vlogs, but I also want to read them for reading the Inheritance Game series vlog idea, and maybe if you guys want that. But yeah, I don't know. And the next two books, hold on, which are also a part of a series, are Crown of Midnight and Heir of Fire. These are two books that are on, as well as these two, are on my 25 books to read in 2025 list. And I have currently read, let me see, how many pages have I read? I read 198 pages of Crown of Midnight, and I also have read these books before. I have. Do I remember anything about Heir of Fire? Absolutely not. So that's why I'm rereading this book, and I'm rereading this part of the series, because, yeah, I need to read this series because I'm also filming a spoiler and non-spoiler vlog for this series, so you're welcome. Me planning out a whole bunch of videos for you with my reading. And let's see, what books do we want to get to next? These are also part of a series. Just going with all the series here. And this is part of the Babysitter's Coven series. I have never heard these books talked about by anyone. Hold on, let me grab the first book in this series. Anyways, these are the books in the Babysitter's Coven series by Kate Williams, and I loved this first book. This first book was such a cute, fun, witchy YA novel, and I just absolutely ate it up. And it was so cute. But anyways, I want to continue on with this series because I also plan on reading these in vlogs, but also because I just never continued on with this series, and I loved the first book so much, and I just need to continue on with this series. And it is For Better or For Cursed and Spells Like Teen Spirit by Kate Williams. And one of the back says Babysitter's Club meets the chilling adventures of Sabrina. Like obviously I'm gonna eat this up. I'm gonna eat it up. Like, I cannot express how much I'm going to obsess over this series. But yeah, it is one of the most underhyped books that should be overhyped because it is that good. Like, not even overhyped. It just, if it is that hyped up, it will be that good. But yeah, that's how I feel about this series. Continuing on, we have the final conclusion to one of my favorite series universes ever, and that is Foul Heart Huntsman by Chloe Gong. And I may reread the first book in this series just because I don't remember half of what happened. But yeah, I'm going to be officially concluding this series this year and with this book, and I'm so sad. I've been procrastinating this book ever since it came out because I love this series so much, and I love Chloe Gong. I love her books, but it's time to let it go. It's time. Anyway, these next four books are books that are the start of books in a series, and I'm just gonna start this off by My Fault by Mercedes Ron. This is another book that is on my 25 books to read in 2025 list, and I have been obsessed with My Fault in London recently, and I desperately need to read this book because I'm so obsessed with that movie. So yeah, we will finally be reading this book. Finally. And then next up, we will be rereading Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh, because this is a birthday gift for this one back here. But I'm annotating this book for her, and here's just, like, I literally highlighted this whole page. So, yeah. She's going to read it while I'm filming this video. So, you get to read my annotations.
Should I read your non-annotated one instead?
You can read my non-annotated one.
That's a good book.
Do not move my
You have to
bookmark.
finish this before my birthday.
I know.
I want it.
Okay, next book I will also be rereading is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Ross. I'm currently 88 pages into this book and I'm loving it. I'm obsessing over and over again. And I need to finish this book so I can continue on with the series because I haven't finished the series and I need to. So, yeah. And then last but not least for this series, I want to start Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I want to officially start this series by Rick Riordan, and my sister is currently in the middle of reading this series and she loves it. So I want to go back and I want to experience the nostalgia that I never had as a kid because I didn't read books like this. But yeah, so that's the next book. Then we're on to our final stack. This is already like almost 20 minutes long, but books are attacking me.
All you can think of is mosquito eyes.
Sorry, we had to talk about the book that she's reading back there. But anyways, the first book in this last stack is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Vecchiaccato. This is one book that I've had on my TBR for ages, and I've heard so many great things about this YA book, and it just seems like an amazing, cute teen pregnancy novel, and really foodie, but I want to read it because, yeah, it just seems like something I'd like and enjoy. And then the next book is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. This is going to be a really heavy read, especially after watching the Quiet on Set documentary. I'm currently in the middle of watching that, and this isn't about what she went through on set. This is about her abusive relationship with her mom, but I still have yet to read it. And as you can see here on this tag, it was hot off the express whenever I bought it, but my dog decided to eat it 2 years ago, and I've still not read it. But yeah, I started this book, but I never actually continued on with it. So hopefully we will actually read this sad book in this time period. And then next up, we have House of Furies by Madeline Rue. This book is so cool. It has, like, look at that. And it has a whole bunch. I'm gonna find the page. Like, it looks so cool. And I am so excited to read this. I hope it's gonna be kind of like what's the word, Haunting of Hill House. Hope it's gonna be like creepy, you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm gonna be read this because it's been on my TBR for ages and it just seems so cool. Yeah. And then we're on to our last 4 books. And the first book in the last 4 books is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. And this book I have wanted to read forever. And I actually bought it from my library because it was discarded for some reason. I have no idea why. Oh, because it was part of the bookmobile. But yeah, I've been wanting to read this for ages, ever since it came out and got popular, but I've heard that it's amazing, and the font is really tiny on this, but I will be reading this in the couple months that I have to do this. And then next up, we have a thick book. We have an over 800 or almost 800 page book right here that is thicker than my head. We have Prior the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, and I have started this book before. I got 50 pages in, but I am restarting this book because I do not remember a thing, and it is for a video. It is for a spoiler and non-spoiler video of me reading this, and for another video as well, but that video would just be getting updates. The other ones would be getting in-depth stuff, quotes, and all that. But the next book is The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave, and this is a really cool thriller. I think murder mystery, but I'm super excited to read this. This has also been on my TBR forever. But yeah, all of these books have pretty much been on my TBR forever, but they need to be read. So yeah. And last but not least, the final book is The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. This is a super cool YA fantasy that I've been wanting to read forever. Actually, no, it's not a fantasy. It's about Russia in, I can't remember what time period it's at, but yeah, I think it has a little bit of fantasy. I think it is a fantasy retelling of the Russian Empire or something like that, but in any ways, it sounds really cool, and I do really want to read this, like, desperately. And the covers are really cool because it's like a crown, but it's in the shape of a city. I don't know. It's cool. But yeah, that's all for today's video. And these are a lot of books. These are a lot of books that I will be reading. I will be reading in this next couple months, these next 2 seasons. I will be reading all of these, and maybe a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see how much I actually get to, but that's the plan. That's the plan. Anyways, bye. Hope you have a good day, and see you next time. Bye.
Hey, it's me.